It's been a while since I've created a money grab, affordable gym items video, so I thought now might be a good time to cram affiliate links down your throat. But unfortunately, I've let my morals get in the way, so a few of these are unique handmade items made by small American shops. But there's a lot here, 10 items to be exact, but I can't count, so I threw a few bonus items in, and they range from large manufacturers like Rogue all the way down to those small family shops. So let's get into it. I don't want to spend too much time on belt fed strength for 3 reasons. One, we're going to be doing a full video on them as part of our Small American Companies series that we mentioned in our latest Garage Gym Tour video, where we asked for your input on which manufacturers we should include. So if you have any ideas, let us know down in the comments. 2, I hate them on a personal level. I'm kidding. I only hate Chris. His wife seems amazing, but I do have to say I do really appreciate his little handwritten thank you notes. Nice, I love you too. And reason number 3, those bastards don't have an affiliate program, which means I have to do this out of the kindness of my heart, which really hurts me personally. Who cares if they're genuine and incredibly generous people who make some of the highest quality handmade products out there? I'm in this for the money. So where do we start? I have a ton of things they've made, from the custom belt they made Winnie that turned out incredible despite the fact I was utterly incompetent in telling them what to make. But a hand-carved and hand-painted belt is well outside of the price range of this video, but I wanted to show off some of the things they create. There's the belt-fed accessory straps, or as they're better known, the poor man's Gluck straps, pending litigations. They're functionally identical to these, just without the exotic leather, which rockets up the price. They came about after I purchased and was really underwhelmed by the Rogue triceps straps, so I reached out to Belt Fed Strength and said, can you make an upgraded version of these? And this is what they came up with. I've used this for months and used it all the time for face pulls, curls, push downs, really a ton of exercises, and it's the kind of thing that's gonna outlast me. Of course, they make a few things under that $100 level, like their Ron Braun belt, but we'll spend more time on their belts when we do that full video on them. They also make really nice lifting straps, or their black Bridal leather straps, because everything is bigger and better when it's black, though these are actually pretty much the same, just a little fancier and softer because of the tanning process involved, and they'll require a little bit less of a break-in, but they're both great options. And were a huge upgrade for me over my cheap Amazon ones I replaced as they were falling apart. Anyway, those freeloaders have got enough time on this channel, so let's move on. I went through all my Rogue items under $100, and this was actually the easiest part of this video to plan because that letter R is expensive. But Rogue does make a lot of great items in that price range that I love and use constantly. So let's start with their USA aluminum collars, which have an incredible hold strength and a great build quality. I've had these for a few years now after Winnie got them for me as a present, and while I could see why you might balk at the price, these absolutely blow away the other collars I have here, so I've been really tempted to grab another pair even though I have absolutely no need for them, but you gotta feed that home addiction somehow. So I might add a little bit of color to the depressing side of my gym, and actually let me spin the camera for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Which isn't a knock on Rogue, I just picked colors that match my personality, so that Cerakote version has been really calling to me. Another item I use all the time, but good luck finding them in stock, is the single handle cable attachment, which is expensive for sure, but really well done. You know, if I was intelligent, I would have filmed this part when I was already over here for Belt Fed Strength, but here we are. The handles consist of 1.5-inch nylon straps with this rotating knurled Cerakote 25mm handle, which really doesn't seem or sound like much, but I really like the design and I'm not sure you could improve much on it from here. I have more lat attachments than anyone could ever need, and I come back to these most of all. They're pricey, but they're that good. Listen, I'll be honest, purchasing wall control is kind of like building a home gym. Many of us lie to ourselves and our wives about how we're going to build our own space and save money, and then 2 years later we just have to not purchase anything for the next 73 years and we'll break even. So yes, you can begin using wall control for your gym storage for under $100. But this stuff is so versatile and easy to use, it probably won't be long until you're like me, trying to justify your next fix and desperately searching for things to hang up so people on the internet think you're cool, but it never works. They all just watch for shots of Winnie. But all this is metal pegboard. With various attachments you can purchase to hang all kinds of gym accessories or even put it in your workshop like I have in my basement. And I have a ton of it between those two spaces and have plans to get even more. We did a full review on it probably over a year ago, but I'm going to be honest with you, I can't remember what I said yesterday, never mind that long ago, but I do highly recommend this stuff. There comes a time in every man's life where he's achieved the most important goal of going to the gym, maxing out the weight stack. And now that you've impressed all the men you work out with, because let's be honest, the women don't care, you're going to have to add more weight to that trainer and to the gym pin. A pin that works with your weight stack so you can put even more weight on your machine. They have options for different pin sizes, and that's basically so it'll fit in any functional trainer, and then depending on your preference and length, you can get it in a 3, 4, or 6-inch version, and they have versions for Olympic and standardized plates. And it's pretty simple. You just insert it into your preferred hole, load it up with plates, and go to town. Now, if you think you've seen this before, you might have, because they actually work with a lot of different companies. So, for example, if you've seen it in Gainz website, they've collaborated, and that's why. But they work with a lot of other companies, which says a lot about them. Now, they're a UK-based company, so the shipping can be a bit expensive, but they also sell on Amazon, or like I said, on that Gainz website, so you can check out different locations to see the cheapest way to get one to you. We'll be doing a full video on them in the future because we basically have everything they sell, and it's some unique and well done stuff. But if you can't wait, feel free to load up on their products and use code Gluck to save you 10%. We first covered Gainz almost a year ago, and since then they've expanded their lineup and upgraded what I think is the coolest thing they make, and that's their dumbbell add-ons. Anybody who's been watching the channel for long enough knows it took me a long time to complete my dumbbell set. Years, really, and that's because it cost me almost $4,000. And even with all those dumbbells, all the way up to 100 pounds, I still wished I had a way to get more out of them, and that's where these dumbbell add-ons came in. They just clamp onto the handle of your dumbbells to add weight to them. They're super simple, quick, and they work really well, and I'm not about to tell Winnie I want to buy more dumbbells, so really this is the cheapest way for me to get those in-between weights like 17.5 or 22.5 or really whatever I want for delt raises or anytime I want to add weight to exercises. And they hold on really well with that internal spring, and I'm sure you're not supposed to drop them, but sometimes I like to pretend I'm a real man and throw them around a little bit. It's a big upgrade over their older banded version, not that I ever had any issues with those, and based on my experience with them, they hold up really well. I also have their fractional plates, which are incredibly accurate, and not only are they one of the cheaper options out there, they're the only American option I know of that you can get a full set of them. They're actually so accurate, we use them in my classroom when we need precise weights for our engineering projects. It wouldn't be a budget video without some Titan fitness, and if you're thinking that pivoting tricep bar is going to make a showing, you're right. But don't buy this pile of trash. It's potentially the worst thing I've ever purchased. Oh my God. Instead, take a look at their loadable dumbbell handles. We featured them in a few videos because they're an incredible value and very well done for the price. I know some people don't love dumbbell handles because they're a bit slow and clunky to set up, but they are by far your cheapest option. And since you're already going to have Olympic plates, you're basically getting a full set of dumbbells for $100. They take up almost no space, and yes, some people have a little trouble getting up in the gym, but it's never been a problem for me. And that's because I rest the plates on my thighs to prop up the dumbbells, not the ends of the handle. If a landmine isn't a gym essential, it's pretty darn close, and that's because it allows you to do a lot of additional exercises without costing a lot of money or requiring much more additional space than your rack already takes up. And this is another area where Titan has a great option in their rack-mounted landmine. It fits 2x2, 2x3, and 3x rack since it's a 5/8 pin, but also has an adapter tube to work with 1-inch racks. And of course, you could always get a different version that doesn't mount to your rack, but there's a lot of options out there for under $100 like Rep Fitness's, with options for their 1000, 4000, and 5000 series racks. But the reason I bring up Titan is because they make a ton of accessories for your landmine, which I own a few of, and they're a good quality for the price. And with some of these things, it's probably not worth spending more, but it's also a cheap way to add variety to your workout. If you haven't gotten sick of my personality yet, you can check out the first video in this series on items under $50. But I have no idea how good it is. I don't watch any of this crap. And there are a ton of items at this price range, so why don't you let me know down in the comments what I missed, and maybe I'll use it in the next video in this series. But I will give you absolutely no credit. And if you're that person that DMs me constantly asking for advice and forgets to use my affiliate links, then why don't you buy some merch or something? But not this shirt. It's actually not on the website, and that's just because I just don't have enough free time, but maybe if I had some more subscribers. Anyway, hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.